Jujutsu Kaisen is on the brink of its climax, and Gege Akutami has not been pulling any punches. With Gojo sealing, the story has progressed swiftly, with no one to successfully foil Kenjaku's plans. Considering the most recent events in chapter 213, the situation seems dire, and it points to an overwhelming defeat for our main cast. Chapter 213 featured the display of just a fraction of the strength of a full-power 10 Shadows user. After Sukuna successfully took over Megumi's body, he gained access to the 10 Shadows technique along with the weapons already in his arsenal. He proceeds to punch Yuji through multiple buildings, resulting in Yuji lying unconscious and bloodied in the rubble. Maki and Takaba both notice this commotion and begin to head over when Hana regains consciousness and uses Angel's Curse technique in order to defeat Sukuna. It seems at first like her attack is having an effect, with Sukuna screeching and writhing in pain, but by the end of the chapter, it's clear that Sukuna was still very much alive after tricking Hana and moving to devour her. Whether you want a happy ending or a sad ending, one thing that this chapter points towards is a possible fight between Megumi and Gojo that has previously been hinted at in the series. When speaking to Megumi in private, Gojo relates to a time in the past when there was a feud between the heads of their respective households, the Gojo clan and the Zenin clan. Gojo says that the heads of their households killed each other in a fight, and that these heads were a 6-size limitless user like himself and a 10 Shadows user like Megumi. Gojo uses this event in the past to insinuate that Megumi could at one point become as strong as himself, considering that the previous feud ended in a draw. This, however, is only the surface level interpretation, and after Sukuna took over Megumi's body, it seems even more so that we will have another battle of a 6-size limitless user in Gojo and a 10 Shadows user in the fully realized Megumi. Whether or not Sukuna will leave Megumi's body and opt for his own is unclear, considering how powerful he is with the 10 Shadows technique. In chapter 213, we see just how large Sukuna's new A is compared to Megumi's, which makes us wonder the scale and the power output of all the other Shikigami in his arsenal. There are multiple instances throughout the manga that implies Megumi becoming Gojo's successor or partner regarding strength. This can be boiled down to the fact that Megumi inherited his clan's strongest technique, and Gojo was quite literally responsible for Megumi as his primary carer, and consequently, Megumi would have picked up Gojo's behaviors and viewpoints. Both Gojo and Megumi express a sort of madness when exerting themselves, which makes them appear villainous despite their position in the Jujutsu world. None of the two have ever considered themselves to be self-righteous heroes responsible for the lives of others, or will only save the people they care about or that they can. These factors, along with the visual parallels, foreshadows Megumi ending up in the same place strength-wise as Gojo, his father of sorts. Given all this preparation, Gege Akutami then had a decision to make as to how he would bring Megumi's potential into fruition, and he does so by subverting expectations. We all knew that at some point we would see Megumi's full potential as someone who could rival Gojo, but waiting for him to reach this point would have taken a while. Gojo is so far ahead in strength that even someone like Yuta or Kotsu could easily be taken care of by him. So Gege accelerates this process by having Megumi's body be taken over by Sukuna and having Sukuna realize Megumi's potential for him. Although Sukuna may not be at his full power, having him inhabit Megumi's body with access to the 10 Shadows technique could now beg the question, is he on par or even stronger than Gojo? This event means that there is no one who can defeat Sukuna in a 1v1. Now there are some powerful special grade sorcerers who could team up against Sukuna, such as Yuta, Hakari, Kashimo, and Maki, and I think that they would give Sukuna a seriously hard time. However, due to the versatility of the 10 Shadows technique, it is completely possible that Sukuna could simply fight from a distance, placing him in no real danger at all. This can be said because of what he thinks himself whilst fighting Megumi, saying that Megumi would fight him himself despite having Shikigami at his disposal. Gojo at this stage seems to be like the only person who can stop Sukuna, or in other words, kill him. The anticipated fight between Gojo and Megumi will not only be a representation of the peak of Jujutsu, but will also have plenty of emotional undertones. Not only is this a face-off between a 6-size limitless user and a 10 Shadows user, but it is a face-off of the father and son, a son whose body was robbed and a father who failed to protect that son. Gojo will have to agonize much more than he did so in the Shibuya incident, as he experiences the inner conflict that occurs after finding out that Megumi is no longer truly Megumi. Regardless of who dies in this fight, the tragedy of Jujutsu Kaisen will go off the scales more so than it did in the Shibuya incident. Megumi's death at the hands of Gojo could be what drives Gojo insane. In turn, Gojo's death at the hands of Megumi with Megumi later regaining control could be what drives Megumi insane. But for now, we as readers are at the mercy of Gege Akutami's evil scheme to induce trauma and tragedy into his readers.